Andrew's requested me on Patreon to review Michael Mann's The Insider, and it's fitting I've been asked to talk about this now, as 2 days ago marked the 25th anniversary of the movie's release. The film depicts a former tobacco company employee who later turned into a whistleblower for them, and this is one of those movies that does an exceptional job of mixing different genres as it follows the points of view of the two central figures in the story. While whistleblower Jeffrey Wigand is placed in a paranoid thriller, 60 Minutes producer Lowell Bergman is in a journalism drama. The film is able to combine the individual stories and explore their themes to great effect. Both of these men are properly fleshed out, and Mann makes their quest to tell the truth into an engaging one. Like I said, Wigand's storyline is done the style of a paranoid thriller, a genre I do have a certain fondness for, as they can put you into the mindset of the character and make you as concerned as they are about what might happen to them. There's an additional emotional element here as we see the effect that him angering his former employer has in his family. He is a completely sympathetic character through this entire ordeal, but Russ Crowe also does a great job of showing his frustrations at the threats and other things that happen to him over the course of the film. It's an excellent performance on Crowe's part as he handles the multiple emotions going through Wigand's head as he weighs the decision to take part in the 60 Minutes interview. Although, funnily enough, Crowe is around 20 years younger than Wigand, with the filmmakers primarily giving him white hair to make him look older. We see the intimidation the tobacco company puts him through, and the film makes them truly hateable. Now, that's difficult for me to dislike the head of a cigarette company, considering my own personal views on the subject. These are people who willingly sell a product they know has an extremely high chance of causing death towards anyone who uses it. According to the World Health Organization, tobacco kills up to half of its users who don't quit, and more than 8 million people per year die from smoking. Knowing those statistics highlights even more how evil the CEOs of these companies are, and that this movie is not exaggerating their depiction. If you're wondering why I've gone on this brief tangent and I'm bringing up stats, well, this is a topic I feel very passionately about. Bergman's storyline also works in showing the need for journalistic integrity, especially when something could potentially save lives. I like how the film shows the ins and outs of the world of broadcast news and all the steps taken by Bergman and his team to bring the story to television screens. There's a great scene early on where we see the 60 Minutes team prepare for an interview with the leader of Hezbollah, and there's a cathartic feeling when host Mike Wallace rips into them for their belittling demands. The film also features a criticism on corporate influence on the news stories given to the public and the frustrations when their fears force the journalists to back away from the truth. We see Bergman's passion in making sure Wigand's interview airs with Al Pacino turning in a great performance. Yes, it's the kind of performance he's known for with the anger and shouting, but there's a reason Pacino is often cast in these roles, as he often nails the simmering fury underneath that comes shooting out at the right moment. Although I think the standout of the cast is Christopher Plummer as Mike Wallace. It's a brilliant performance showing how he commands respect in the newsroom, and his reaction when he finds out one of his own interviews has been edited is the highlight of his scenes. It's somewhat surprising he did not receive a Best Supporting Actor nomination, although if you look at the category that year, it was very competitive. Regardless, it's an outstanding performance, and of his remarkable career, this might be my favorite role of his. Mann filled a cast with a lot of notable character actors, and they all fit their roles well. Interesting enough, one of the actors who shows up here is Stephen Tobolowsky, and this marks the 4th movie over the past few months I've been requested to review in which he makes an appearance, and not even from the same person. But like I said in my Thelma and Louise review, I'm always glad to see him in something. Of the actors with small roles here, though, I think the person who makes the biggest impression is Bruce McGill as a lawyer who helps out Wigand. The deposition scene where he explodes an obnoxious tobacco company attorney is fantastic, and it's so satisfying watching him take said attorney down several notches. Michael Mann's direction is some of his finest here, providing the required tension in several scenes, and I also have to shout out Dante Spinotti for his camera work. There are a lot of great shots that capture the feeling going through Wigand and Bergman's heads. As I said, The Insider works on multiple levels, as not only an indictment on the tobacco industry and how they use their power to make sure people keep smoking, but also an exploration on the importance of good and truthful journalism that informs the public. It's an excellent film, and of the movies nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars that year, this is the one that would have gotten my vote. Now, if you've seen The Insider, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and thanks for the request, Andrew.